Well, and I was asked by the International Trade Council to debunk some myths about digital commerce. I'm Zenny Abraham, CEO of Zenny 62 Media. And so the first statement we have here is e-commerce is only for selling physical products, not services or digital products. Well, that's not true. In fact, I have a client now who's actually running for office, and that client has engaged Zenny 62 Media to get out content that is designed to convince voters to put my client in office. And that is a type of e-commerce essentially. It also has as a adjunctly related activity buying merchandise for the client's campaign, t-shirts and so on, and also the most important function, raising money for my client. The idea basically is, hey, the more content communicating my client's messages out there, the better chance you will contribute to my client's campaign. That's e-commerce in action from a political perspective, having nothing to do with physical products in the normal sense of the word, at least. The second statement today is success in e-commerce primarily depends on having the lowest prices. Uh, no, that's simply not the case at all. In fact, success in e commerce depends on reaching the right demographic with the right message at the right time to initiate a purchase. Now, what that purchase is depends on the message and depends on the demographic and their need to have the product or service that you are presenting to them. That could be at an extraordinarily high price. Maybe it's generated by some digital NFT viral event that causes people to lay out a heck of a lot of money for something that they normally wouldn't lay out a heck of a lot of money for. That happens quite a bit. But there's an example of what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with having the lowest prices. It's a matter of meeting the market at the right time. Digital commerce, here's the other one, can't provide personalized or high touch customer service. Au contraire. Consider Mercedes Benz. Now, if I say Mercedes Benz to you, you think of luxury. You think of high class. You think of coveted automobiles of timeless design. Not even the way that I said that communicates the Mercedes brand, doesn't it? And I just did that with a video, okay? So consider that I just, what I did essentially was communicate to you a need, okay, a simple need to say, I want this particular product and I want it from this particular person who's communicating it to me in this particular way. A better example is, well, what I just did. I influenced you. Why? Because you trust me. And I reach you. What better example of high touch customer service than that? I'm somebody that's not a bot or robot. You can call and reach me if you need to do so or text. You know that I'm there. You can ask me questions about the product or service, and I'll answer them if I'm authorized to do so, of course, by you, the person who has the product or service, right? That's personalized. That's high touch. That's customer service. And that's all done, the digital commerce. Here's another one, customer loyalty is harder to build and maintain in e-commerce compared to bricks and mortar stores. Let's test that. If I say, hey, buy your Super Bowl tickets for next year on StubHub, you know by now, I believe, that StubHub sells tickets to many different events, including the Super Bowl. You're not going to stop and say, well, gee, StubHub doesn't have a bricks and mortar component. StubHub doesn't have this place where I can walk into. You're going to go to StubHub.com, find your ticket, and make your purchase, aren't you? Of course you are, especially if it's for the Rolling Stones. See? Okay, so there's an example of what I'm talking about. All right? All right? It's easy, okay? So customer loyalty to StubHub is because StubHub delivers its tickets through a technology that is now tried and true. In fact, it's a genius creation done by a friend of mine, Jeff Fleur, who I met years ago, who wildly turned out his wife was best friends with my business partner, Dan Rasher's wife, and that's how I met Jeff. And my first company, Sports Business Simulations, became one of the top affiliate companies for StubHub some time ago. Ah, the days. Okay. Now, here's another one. Here's another one. Product quality and brand reputation matter less in e commerce since consumers focus on convenience. No, that's not true at all. So, if it's more convenient for me to purchase a cheap car online than it is a Mercedes Benz, even though I have a better experience, right? So, from this logic, I'm going to go in after the cheap car. You and I both know that's not true. If we want a Mercedes Benz and can afford one, you want a Mercedes Benz and you buy one. It's that simple. And you do it online without question. You expect the platforms to reflect the Mercedes Benz brand and provide what Mercedes Benz would call the online version of its experience. And so it goes. Now, here's another one. Okay. E commerce businesses can easily succeed without any form of customer support. Okay. So I'm online here. I want to buy something from you. I'm confused, maybe about pricing, perhaps about quality. I want help. Or maybe I made a payment, but I bought the wrong thing. There's no help button to help me. So I'm screaming bloody murder, calling the police, doing everything I can to get my money back from you. But I'm telling people not to deal with you. And word of mouth travels. That hurts. Okay? That simply hurts. Which means your business can't succeed without a basic form of customer support, the help button. Make sure it's there, make sure it's visible, and by all means, make sure it works and make sure it does something. Like activate a chat, right? Something like that. Here's another. Digital marketing is the only viable way to attract customers to e-commerce platform. Well, consider my last example, which involved word of mouth. Word of mouth is the other component. Because if you see something online you don't like about a product or brand, guess what you're going to do? You're going to tell your friends. You're going to tell your wife or husband, whatever the case may be. You're going to, if you're so inclined to do so, even tell your dog or cat. You're going to be pretty pissed off. You will tell anyone who will listen to you how terrible the experience was, and they're going to communicate to their friends and significant others and relatives and so on and so on and so on. And at that point, you are absolutely in trouble. All right. So here's another one. E commerce is saturated, so saturated that new entrants can't compete with established players like Amazon. Not true at all. Take NFTs, non fungible tokens. If you go to a place, a platform that has what you want in an NFT, you don't care if it's on Amazon. You're going to buy at that platform, particularly if it is noted reputation for providing the proper market for the sale of NFTs, aren't you? Of course you are. What does it have to do with Amazon? Goose egg, nothing. There's the example. Amazon is an established player, all right, in e-commerce. Note they didn't particularly say the market because I don't know that Amazon deals in NFTs. They might, okay, but I know this other area over here, maybe eBay or someplace else, does better because they have what I want. At the end of the day, it's who has what you want, which platform, okay. So now, and well, that's it for today. It's been my pleasure to help you understand more about this topic, this situation, these questions in e-commerce, and I look forward to being with you next time. But hey, look, if you have questions about this sort of thing, these problems with respect to e-commerce or digital commerce, as it's also called, feel free to call me or text me at 510-517-7565 and visit Zenny62 Media's website, brand new at zenny62media.com. Okay? Zenny62media.com. But again, text me at 510-517-7565 with any questions. That's what I call high touch. Hey, remember the name, Zenny Abraham, and remember the company, Zenny62 Media. Thank you so much for your time.